everyone, welcome to Taste to Explore. My name is Darlene, and on this episode I bring to you cheesecake. We're making it from scratch, so stick around as I walk you over to the ingredients so we can get started. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be using 3 whole eggs. I have here a half a cup of heavy cream, a cup of sour cream, 1 and 1.5 cup of sugar, a half a teaspoon of salt. I got 4 full fat cream cheese softened. I have 1/3 cup of flour. We're going to use a tablespoon of vanilla paste and just a teaspoon of lemon extract. And let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. In a big bowl, I'm going to be using my handheld mixer. You could use a KitchenAid mixer if you have, but I didn't want to take that one out. And make sure that your cream cheese is at room temperature, because there's no way you'll be able to mix this if it's hard. So here we go. All right, so I finished beating the cream cheese, and I wanted to, make it fluffy. I'm just scraping down the sides. You're going to be doing that, scraping down the sides a lot to help incorporate it. And now we're going to put in I'm going to put in the sour cream. Make sure all of this is in there. Okay. After that, it's really easy. Just going to put in the salt and the heavy cream. All right, so let's not forget the sugar. And let's beat all this together. Now, I just mixed the sugar, heavy cream, and sour cream together just until it gets combined. So now it's time to put in the vanilla paste. Now what I want to tell you about this is that you can use the vanilla extract if you have. 2 teaspoons will be just fine. If you have the vanilla bean, also 1 bean will be just fine. But this, my friends, is like gold. It is phenomenal. The paste, it's so fragrant, so rich in vanilla flavor, perfect for desserts when you want to bring out that extra vanilla flavor. Perfect. Look at that, my spoon don't even fit in here, but anyhow. All right, so we're going to use 1, actually that would be like 2 teaspoons. It's a pretty deep spoon. Okay, so we're going to put that in. I'm using vanilla extract. If you have a lemon, you can use about a teaspoon of lemon juice, or a teaspoon of the lemon rind if you want to grate your lemon. But if you don't have it, then extract will do. And just a little bit goes a long way. We just want enough. You know what? Let me measure it on my cap right here. We just want half a teaspoon. It's just to brighten up the mixture. We're not making this a lemon cheesecake, but we just want to brighten up the mixture a little bit. It can be so heavy with the creams and stuff, so just want to lighten it up. Give it that extra tangy flavor. We're almost done. Just 2 more ingredients we gotta put. All right, now we're gonna put in flour. Now, the flour is just gonna help the base be nice and sort of like a dense, you know, with all these creams in it. You don't want to make it like so gelatin, like, you know, you want to thick it out a little bit. So this is just gonna help the mixture become thick to be that well-known cheesecake that we all know and love. Of graham crackers. You can buy this yourself. They do come pre-mixed, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make it myself. Then I have 6 tablespoons of melted butter. All right, unsalted butter. All right, so now, oops, it's gonna fall on me. I'm going to grind it up myself. You can easily just put this in a huge Ziploc bag and, you know, beat it yourself, but I'm just gonna put it in my machine. Why not? Put this machine to some use. Okay. So I'll see you right back. Okay, so now our graham crackers are finely grinded, and now we're just gonna mix it in with the butter. Okay, let's make sure we get all of that out. If you want, you can buy the there's like a pie shell that they sell in the supermarket that's already graham cracker crust prepared, or, you know, you can make it at home. Oops. All right, so I'll put in my sugar. I know you hear the dogs in the background, guys. I'm sorry. Mixing it thoroughly, making sure the butter and sugar is incorporated with the graham cracker. And it's perfect. All right, so let's begin the next phase. All right, guys, so now let's assemble our cheesecake mixture. Okay, so right here I greased it with butter only. This is non-salted butter, and what I did was, this is a 10 by 3 spring form pan. When you bake a cheesecake with a crust on it, it's best to use a spring form pan, so it's an easy release in the back, on the side. There are tons of different variations of cheesecakes. Some of them have the crust on it, some of them don't. Some of them comes in tons of different flavors, which I will bring to you soon. And if you have a favorite, leave me a comment below. So I am going to do mine with a spring form pan. Now, if you have aluminum foil, you can easily just wrap this up in aluminum foil. What I did was, I didn't need to. I have another larger pan. This is about 12 inches. And I'm just going to have this on here, so that way I don't have to cover the bottom with the aluminum foil. So now I'm going to put in my crust. Now, depending on how you like your crust, you can make it high to the top. If you come closer, you just want to start spreading the crust around and letting it go up the sides and really covering the bottom as much as possible. You want to use, you know, a little at the time, just to even out, and then you can put more crust, more of the graham cracker crumbs in there. Like I was saying before, I finished with the cookie. See how it's all mixed out? You could use less graham crackers if you just want to use the one whole packet instead of the extra half, and just grind that up. And if you want it to be a thinner crust, it's all up to you. So right now we're going to bake this in the oven for 8 minutes, and then we'll be right back with the finished product. Do it again. All right, so I took out my graham cracker crust. It was in there for 8 minutes, and now I had let it cool for 10. I have 2 pans going on here. This large one is about 16 inches. I'm going to place it with water. We're going to put it in a bath. And because you can line the bottom of this with aluminum foil, or just take another pan that's slightly bigger, like 2 inches bigger, which this is like a 12 or 13 inches. And I'm just going to use that instead of lining that up with aluminum foil. So now we're going to put our batter in. So make sure that your oven is preheating to 325. We're going to cook this for about an hour. An hour 10 minutes, the max. I'm just scraping down the sides to make sure that we got all that good stuff in here. Okay. All right. So we're going to cook this for an hour and 10 minutes. This is the key, y'all. Please pay attention to this. This is going to save your cake a lot. This is what you're going to do. You're going to pour some water into the large pan. Okay, be careful to do so. This is regular water, regular tap water, and it's not warmed up yet. After making a mess, I'm going to pour some water. All right, 2/3 time. All right, this is what you're going to do. We need the water to create a bath that's going to create vapors. This needs to bake and have steam coming on. So this is what's going to happen once this cooks in the oven for an hour and 10 minutes. You're not going to look at it. You're not going to peek through it. You're not going to even test it halfway. You're going to let it cook. The more you let it cook and just leave it alone, the less likely you'll have to worry about cracks in your cheesecake. That's what happens when the hot air and the cold air combine. This will crack. So we're going to try to avoid that as possible. This is homemade, so if it cracks a little, hey, it's okay, at least we tried. But more so, if you don't touch it and leave it alone, you have a really good chance of having a nice smooth finish without any cracks. I guarantee that. So when the hour and 10 minutes is up, you're going to turn off your stove and you're going to leave this in there cooling off for 2 hours. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Don't worry. All right. So we're going to cook this and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, our cheesecake is finally done. If you take a look, you'll see how beautiful it is. My God, I am so impressed with it. And the reason why I am is because when you come closer, you see how beautiful it is? No cracks. You might see a couple little bubble spots, but that's just because the air that was trapped in there, and you know, it had to come up and release itself. But that is perfectly fine, folks. This is beautiful. Now, this is what took place. What happened is, after it cooked for an hour and 10 minutes exactly, I turned off the stove and I allowed it to sit inside the stove for 2 hours. Once that takes place, you take it out and I put it in the refrigerator for overnight, and today is the next day. So it's thoroughly chilled, it's fully done, and you see how it kind of like separated a little bit already from the sides. I'm just gonna I don't really think I have to move it around. Now I'm just going to release it. Alright, so I'm going to release it on top of a big can. There you go. Voila. Just want to make sure. Ta-da! And here we go, guys. Our lovely cheesecake. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, easy, delicious, and let this be on your holiday table. You're going to impress your family, your friends, and look, it took hardly any effort at all. It was really easy to put together. So please make this at home so you can enjoy it with your family for your next holiday feast. You know what? I'm going to give you a quick little insider. I'm going to make this for my holiday table. All right, so let's take a taste test. So let's begin. Now, let's cut through. Feels so creamy cutting it already. Now the trick to cutting this is, so I'm using 2 knives because you want to use a clean knife for every slice you do, so that way it could come out perfect. Nice clean edges. And then time to, oops, be careful. Time to lift up the crust from the bottom. And there you go. Beautiful. Okay, look at this. Alrighty, I can't wait to dig in. Put my knives down. Look at this, guys. You know, you got to be proud of the work that you do. You have to be. This was a labor of love, and it didn't even take that long. But the end result and tasting is always the best. Let me tell you, making it from scratch, it is so worth it. So thank you guys for joining me in my kitchen today. Happy holidays. I hope you make this for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any other time of the year. Don't forget to leave me a comment below if any additional recipes that you like to see, desserts, entrees, side dishes, whatever. Until next time, follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Take care. Bye-bye.